Hi everyone, lovely to see you waiting. We will be up and running in a moment or two.
Okay.
Look at that, we're on.
Yes.
We're actually on. That's good. That's good. Not that I've made any other videos we've got ready to run yet, Sue. But anyway, over to you whilst I try and fiddle with that then. Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome everybody. Do just sign in, come and say hi to us so we know you're here. Good to see you. Hope you're enjoying yourselves. And week 8 of lockdown is going okay. Right, well, as a normal toast, but in lockdown, we thought we'd start with the toast song. So I hope you're all ready to go up and down, do your singing and your dancing and everything. Oh.
There we go. Keep going, Sue. Don't be distracted about being...
Okay, so I'm going to try and do the Toast Club song. Standing up, sitting down, I don't know. But we're going to play the music. So you all need to stand up for this song. And I'm going to play the music and ignore that Mr. Mitchell there. Can I do it here? Or standing up? Right, and then I'll have an observation question for you afterwards. Are you ready for the Toast Club song? Ready? T-O-A-S-T. It sounds fun and yummy to me. 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 Toast is a treat, hey, come and see. Toast is a treat, hey, come and see. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity. Amazing fun, sensational time. Amazing fun, sensational time. At Toast Club, we'll do just fine. At Toast Club, we'll do just fine. T-O-A-S-T. It sounds fun and yummy to me. T-O-A-S-T. It sounds fun and yummy to me. Join the trail, just one way. Join the trail, just one way. Follow the arrow, here today. Follow the arrow, here today. Stay close, come on. Follow the guide, stay close, come on. Follow the guide, we'll find God's treasure. Side by side, we'll find God's treasure. Side by side. T-O-A-S-T. It sounds fun and yummy to me. T-O-A-S-T. It sounds fun and yummy to me. T-O-A-S-T. Yay! Toast. Well done, everybody. You can now sit down for a moment. Now, did anyone notice anything in the background of that picture? Because I just wondered, has anyone had a lockdown birthday since we've been away from seeing you from Toast Club? Let us know if you have. Tell us how old you were, because somebody in this room, and it wasn't me, had a birthday last week.
Yeah.
A big birthday.
And somebody has already said happy birthday.
Oh.
And they've said happy 60th birthday.
Oh.
Because they've been very observant, haven't they? Yeah. Now, there is a little bit of a slowness at the moment in hopefully the audio's coming across, but we shall see. It's a bit hiccupy on the visual at the moment because I'm still encoding the story that we have for today in the background.
No.
I am, yes, yeah, and it's let's have a look. Look, it's nearly done.
Well, okay, do sign in and say hello
Yep.
if you're here, because I have got my Toast Club register with me to tick you in.
That's good.
And if you can't do it on live chat for any reason, just text into us or email into me on the same details that I emailed you, this link, and we'll know you're here, because as you know, we've got a very special Toast Club in Lockdown badge to give every one of you that's managed to sign in and watch our Toast Clubs.
Keep chatting, because I'm typing back to people.
What about Dorothy?
No, she's after the other one.
Out?
She's after the other one.
Oh dear.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait a moment or two.
Well, our puppet, I don't know if you've seen her out and about while you've been out and about, but keep an eye out, because Dorothy has been out somewhere in the country. And we're going to see later on where she was.
That's very good. Now, since last time, and now I know that you can't encode and live stream at the same time, so that's a no-no. So stay with us, and it'll get better. We have been doing all sorts of things. Now, the Toast channel is now a separate Toast channel on YouTube. So I've created that. So that's one thing that we managed to get sorted out. Yeah, that's why it's got Toast in the YouTube thing. So you can go back to there and you can find out all about bits and pieces. So let's just say hello to everyone who's signed in.
Okay, so who's signed in?
Charlie and John T have said happy birthday. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Charlie and John T. Oh, lovely to see you guys, or lovely to have you with us.
Yep, and Hope and Esme are here.
Well
nice
done,
to see
Hope
you.
and Esme.
Yep. And Faith and Hope are here too.
Faith and Hope.
Heather's here, which is great.
Yes.
Yep.
We need a helper.
That's great. So,
except she won't be able to make my cup of tea like she normally does.
Oh, what a pity. I got mine beforehand.
Never mind. Anyone else to say hello to? Perhaps they'll be joining us later.
That's right, yes. Hopefully that's it. So, we have a question. Did you see any of last week? Now, last week is up on the web, and I've edited it together, and all the silent bits and pieces that we had are now live. Okay. So, can I just check with you that you can hear me? I know the seeing is a bit jiggy at the moment, but can you all hear me? Okay. So just let us know. Oh, somebody's got off. So in a few moments we will have the story, and then we're going to have a quiz after that, aren't we?
We do. And we've got our craft activity.
We've got a craft activity. There's a Where's Dorothy? Now Dorothy has been visiting around the country, and we've got a video of her visiting somewhere. So I wonder where she's going to be. Now, Sue, in the meantime, what craft bits and pieces do they need for doing the craft later? Oh, can you sort of
show one without
show something or other?
Well, there's alternatives actually.
Yeah. So what's the easiest one?
If you happen to have one of those around,
that's a toilet roll.
And if not, when you finish your toilet roll, then nab it, because you can make something out of this. But otherwise, it's just bits of paper, and I didn't have any. So plain bits of paper. If you've got coloured bits of paper, even better. Yeah. Otherwise, white bits of paper, and you can colour them in. But you'll need a kind of a browny bit, or orange, or green. Okay, to make our craft today. And also, if you've got any white cloth around, because we're going to be making clothes for Joseph. Last week we made a Joseph. Where's my Joseph? Oh, here he is.
There he is.
And that we made an
Hold
outfit.
him up so they can see.
Right, there's my Joseph. Whoops. There he is. And we made an outfit for him to wear. And
an outfit.
An outfit, yes. This is his amazing coloured coat, because we talked about him getting his coat.
Shall I hold that for you? There we go. There we go.
There
We've got lots of lights on us today because we've been doing green screening and what have you for the stories. So there we are. There's his coat of many colours. Good.
And this time we're going to change him into a very plain white top. So if you've got white material, do that. I'll give you a sneak preview. There he is in his slave outfit.
Well, again, we have to hold it so that we can see that he's got a slave outfit on. Okay.
So you'll also need things like scissors, sellotape. That's about it really, and paper. So it's a fairly simple craft one. Now, Alistair, do you want to tell us about the story at all?
Yes, the story today involves Potiphar. Now, as you know, in the last episode, Reuben was telling the story, one of Joseph's brothers, and he was talking about the time when they got so fed up with Joseph that they sold him off to the Ishmaelites who were passing by from Gilead all the way down to Egypt. And
oh, that might be a quiz question.
It might be. Oh, well, okay. Well, let's not highlight it and give it away then. And they sold him for 20 pieces of silver, which is interesting, because Jesus was sold for, or given away for 30 pieces of silver with Judas. But anyway, and we've got our listener back, yes. Yeah. Don't be sheepish, don't be sheepish. Yes, that's right. Faith and Soap Mummies in the musical film of Joseph.
I was going to ask actually, does anyone, because we've been doing this, I have been singing all the Joseph songs. So if you know the one about Jacob and Sons, you know all the names of the brothers.
Yeah.
Which was one of my questions from last week. So hopefully you know that one. Oh, well done, Faith and Hope's mummy. Because I'd love to be singing in the musical. And I think Otford Primary School did it a couple of years ago as well.
Yes, they did. Now, as I was saying...
Oh, sorry.
Okay. So he gets carted off to Egypt, and the sons, his brothers, take hold of his coat, and they pop some goat's blood on it, and they take it back to his father and say, "Oh, a wild animal has got Joseph." And so they told an absolute porcupine lie, and their father obviously believed them. But all the brothers were in on it. They'd all told him a lie. And poor old Joseph wasn't dead, but he's carted off to Egypt. And when he gets to Egypt, of course, all the slaves go to the market, and people come along and they go, "Yes, I need a slave. Yes, I need a good slave to do good load of stuff around the place. He must be strong, and he must be fit." And Joseph fitted that description, and a chap called Potiphar, who was in charge of the king's guard. It was one of his slaves, I think, that went and got hold of Joseph and brought him back to his house. Okay, let's find...
Can I just say one more thing? I just wanted to say hi to Axel. Really sorry you're not feeling so well.
Oh.
And you got.
But he'll hear this later, won't he?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So we want to say hi to Axel as well.
Let's go to the story. Here we go. Look, the Joseph story, part 2. Oh, Potiphar and the incident.
I am Potiphar. I am the king's officer, and I am captain of the royal guard. I consider loyalty and trust for my king to be a responsibility and a great honour. And I look for that in my soldiers and also in my slaves. Some years ago, I needed another slave and was looking around, so the head of my household went to the market to see what he could find. And there was a young slave boy of about 17 years old, his name Joseph, brought in from the Midianites who were travelling from Gilead to here in Egypt. Well, we bought him and we put him to work. And after a little while, I noticed that he was very good in what he did. He took time to do the job properly, not time to do the job very easily. He was diligent. He was very good at what he did. And then I made him my personal servant. I put him in charge of the house and everything I owned. And do you know what? My household seemed to be blessed. The food in my fields seemed to be blessed. I was truly blessed by this young man's service. I handed everything over to him. I didn't have to concern myself with anything. Well, except the food I ate. Now nothing comes between me and my food. And then came the incident. Suddenly, a scream was heard from my wife's room. My slaves rushed to find out what had happened to her. They were in for a shock. I wasn't there at the time, but when I came home, they rushed over to me and said I must go to my wife, Mrs. Potiphar, to you, as quickly as possible, because it was something to do with Joseph. I rushed through the house to her room and threw open the door. "What has happened?" I cried. "Are you all right?" She said, "That Hebrew slave, the one that you brought here." I immediately thought, oh dear, because every now and again she'd have a moan about him not doing the things that she wanted him to do, saying that he was too busy doing the things for me that I wanted him to do. And I said there were plenty of other slaves for her to choose from, but she said it wasn't the same. She always said that the other slaves didn't have the good looks to cheer her up like Joseph. And with his fine physique and strength, he could do things much better than the other slaves. She does notice the little things like that. But I digress. "That Hebrew slave you brought here," she said, "came into my room and insulted me. But then I screamed and he ran outside, leaving his robe beside me. And there was the robe lying on the bed. I was furious. After all the trust I'd shown Joseph, how could he do such an immoral thing and sin against his God? So I had him locked up. I just couldn't believe it. And now I know I can't believe it. These many years later. Because the strangest thing is that I have come not to believe my wife's version of events. For the Pharaoh has made Joseph governor and has put him in charge of the country. He has such trust and faith as I once did in Joseph. So I've had to have a rethink. If Pharaoh can put his trust in Joseph, let him rule over the country, and have people obey him, and can find no wrong in him, it makes me now very sure that my wife has not been telling the truth. I can't prove it, but this whole time it's been nagging at me, putting Joseph in jail like that, when there has been a little bit of gossip about my wife. I'm going to have words with her right now. Was she or was she not telling the truth?
What happens when people tell lies?
Oh.
In your families? Maybe just have a what happens?
Yes, what happens should you get found out that you've been told a lie?
How do you feel?
Yeah, how do you feel? How do the other people feel? Well,
so maybe just have a little discussion about lies, all right?
Yeah, lies. We've got the questions on the story. What colour was the storyteller's helmet? What colour is Dorothy Firkin's cardigan? Well, we're going to have to show Dorothy as well. Which country was Joseph sold as a slave in? What was the name of the person who bought him? What was his position in Pharaoh's court, in the king's court? Why did things start going so well for him, this person? What was Joseph put in charge of? And who told the lie? Right, well, we've got a few things to say as well before we get on to any videos. And one of those is that you should be watching this with your parent, okay, or parents.
Or family.
Or family.
Whoever's around.
That's right, yes, because of YouTube regulations. This is not just a kids-only video, it's for parents as well, okay?
That's Toast Club.
That's the Toast Club, that's right. That's what Toast Club is all about. Now, it doesn't look like we'll necessarily be going back to Toast Club this whole term. Now, I know Boris, the head of the government and this country, has said that some folk will be going back to primary schools after half term. So every week we're going to be doing and getting better at it, doing Toast Club here. Okay. Oh look, Heather has just given you a lovely cup of tea.
Oh,
okay.
thank you, Heather.
It's digital, but it's a lovely cup of tea. Right.
I should appreciate
Now, last time I did say, are there any jokes out there? Okay. So, any jokes? I mean, we could try playing your craft video in a second. Okay. So we'll give that a go. Any jokes out there? Any jokes? Okay. Shall we see? Well, we've already got the craft video, so we might have to do the craft early.
Oh.
And then come back to other things, okay? Shall we see if we can get the craft video working? It's up. It should work, but we'll see, because there's... Yeah, right. We'll just give this a try, folks.
Okay.
Hooray!
Well, I hope you've got your Joseph from last week. There he is with his multicoloured coat on, or you might have done one with material on him. But as you know, at the end of the story last week, poor Joseph had his coat ripped off and he was thrown down a well. So he's got his little pants on there. That's all he had, poor Joseph. And that went, and as you know the story, they ripped his coat up and put blood on it and pretended that he'd been killed by a wild animal. So it's really sad. Anyway, we're going to continue with our Joseph story and a bit more craft. Now, he got taken as a slave to Egypt. And I reckon we ought to give him some clothes to wear. He might have just had that one, but if you can do it with paper, I just literally folded a bit of paper like this. Put that on it, drew round it, so you just you can use your Joseph model to draw around it. And there we are. Very, very simple. And there, obviously, don't cut this bit, and you just cut out the little Joseph outfit. You can do this with material, or you can even do it with paper, just like I'm doing, but very plain and very simple this time. That's for Joseph's head. And there is his little sleeves. So, poor Joseph. Oops. My palm trees are falling down as well. So I should put those over there. My palm trees out of the way. Okay, and that is what Joseph is going to wear for this episode. So there's his clothes for while he's in Egypt. But what else are we going to make? Well, I thought it would be really great to make palm trees. Now, you can do two types of palm trees. If you happen to have lots of toilet rolls spare, like we do in the Mitchell household, because we never throw anything away.
And goodbye, toilet rolls. Throw away what?
Just grab a toilet roll, and you can have it like that, or you can colour it in, decorate it, cover it with paper. And then all you have to do is put the leaves on. Now, for these leaves, I've just folded a bit of A4 paper, and then I'm going to concertina. Well, actually, you can cut it in half or tear it in half like that. You can make lots and lots of leaves like this. And then fold it again like that. And then however big you want your leaves, if you do it like that, actually, it's probably easier. And then concertina it. That's quite a good guess, isn't it? So you've got that kind of shape. And then make sure you've got an edge here, because you're going to draw on half a palm leaf. So you just go like that, and then just do little bits like this. Cut out your palm leaf. So it's very rough, because so many different types of palm leaves, so don't worry what kind of one you do, any shape. And then you can go like this. Josie's getting very excited about palm leaves. Get them nice and cool. And then open up your palm leaf. And there we are. A kind of palm leaf. Lots of palm leaves. And basically, you just stick them with sellotape onto your toilet roll. So that's a very simple way of making your palms. And you can have a look at some palm trees and see what different shaped leaves you can do. I've got lots of leaves there, and you can just stick them around the top. If you want to do an extra tall one, stick 2 toilet rolls together. Now this might be something you want to do later in the week when you've used up some toilet rolls.
Oh no, I better put them back.
Up to you. You can make as many of these as you like, because we're going to have a nice little diorama at the end of our toast clubs. Now, the other way of making a palm tree is very simple. I've just got a bit of A5 here, and you just roll it up like that, and then get a bit of sellotape and stick the sellotape on there. So I've done that one already, just stuck it so it doesn't come apart. Then, and here I've got a slightly smaller one here, you just cut little cuts in it. I'll show this one because I've done this one already. So I've just made little cuts like that. Now the next stage you do is, because it's wound up, you actually pull the inside and slightly twist it as you do, and it comes out. That's not a very good one, that one, because I tried to put it back again. There's another different shape one, or that's one I did with an A4 piece of paper, and you just gradually pull it out and slightly twist, and you see the palm tree grows. And then for this one, I put a bit of blue tack or white tack at the bottom to keep it standing up. But I've done different colour ones here, all spiky ones, whatever you like. Be as creative as you want for your palm trees. As you can see, these are quite small palm trees. You can do bigger palm trees. There's Joseph, under the shade of a palm tree. And that is your craft for today. So, best of luck, everybody.
4:45, we will be back.
Enjoy your toast now.
Yeah, have a nice piece of toast.
Have your toast, enjoy your craft, and if you've got photographs of your craft, send them to us. Okay, we'll put them up on the board.
Okay. Oh, there's a quick cut there, and we'll see you later.
Okay, bye.
Okay, about 10 minutes to go, and then we're coming back. If you're online, have a look at this. This is a memory verse, and you've got the code beside it. Okay, on the right-hand side, we have received a parchment, probably from Pharaoh, who knows? But we don't know what it says. So can you decipher it? Can you work out what it says by replacing all the symbols with the letters using the deciphering code to the left-hand side?
But there is some duplication. Both
Bit loud,
letter C and S are the same.
What?
So you have to be careful in this one. I've just noticed that C and S are the same.
Oh, difficult. Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, hello everybody. Oh, look, I've got some things here. Right, well, I wonder how you've done in your deciphering. Oh, look. Dan Sherry of the Ton, Lewitt Zook.
Oh, right.
What does that mean?
Leviticus. They have got it. Yes, Leviticus is the Bible book.
Yeah, well done. Well done to you. Okay. I don't know if anybody sent anything. Now, look at that. Look, well done, Esme. Look.
Brilliant palm tree.
Isn't that a great palm tree?
Well done.
Fantastic.
And you can do lots of more palm trees for your diorama.
Oh, now look. This person has said, we've got the translation. And it is...
Do not steal.
Do not steal. Do not lie. Leviticus verse 11.
Leviticus.
Thank you, Hope.
Well done, Hope.
Gosh,
You've
wow.
got it.
Excellent. These two are doing so many things, isn't it? Yeah.
I will recap very quickly.
Yes, recap quickly.
Okay,
yeah.
The memory verse that some of you worked out. Do not steal, do not lie, do not deceive one another is the rest of it. It wasn't all on there.
Thank you, Kay, for the sound.
And it comes from Leviticus 19:11. And they were the laws that God gave to Moses for all the people of Israel when they were travelling through the desert. So in a way, they're in a bit like lockdown. They were all together in their families, in their tents. And these were laws given. And in fact, these laws have been adopted really by most countries in the world, because they are really good ways for society to live and for what's best in society. And isn't it interesting that one of the most important things in there is don't lie?
Yeah.
It shows how important. Well, we've just seen in 2 stories how much lies causes. And if you've had a chat in your families, But remember what we said last time as well. God actually sees. He knows. So, don't deceive anyone. Just if you have said a lie and you kind of, oh dear, I feel really bad about it, go and quickly tell the truth. Get it over and done with. It's so much better.
Yeah, fess up.
And then people know they can trust you.
Yeah.
And you can have good friends, because good friends, it's good to have somebody that tells the truth. So lying, so important. But poor Joseph.
Yeah, he got chucked in jail. But it was all part of the overall plan. And we'll find out a bit later what Potiphar was saying about Pharaoh and putting Joseph in charge of stuff.
Well, I wonder whether, just like God was with Joseph with Potiphar, whether he might do well in prison.
Well, we will find out next week. A bit more of the story next week. I wonder who's going to tell it next week. Now, we are going to have the answers to the questions, but first, we need to see Dorothy. Okay, so we are posing a question of what county is Dorothy in? Okay, but also, what is the colour of her cardigan? Well, that's going to be really easy, isn't it? Anyway, over to Dorothy.
Where's a telephone box when you need one? I need to phone home. There's one there. What? Where's the telephone? This is full of books. I suppose I could write a note, and then eventually, one day, they might get it. I need to contact them faster than that. I'll find something somewhere else.
So I wonder where she is then. Oh, that could be a clue there.
But where is that?
I don't know. No idea.
Something for our toasties to find out.
Yeah, they've got to find out where she is. Did they spot that or not? Did they write it down?
Has
Are they
anyone
Googling
been
it
there?
now? Yes, who's been there? Anybody been there? Yeah.
We hadn't until earlier in the year with Dorothy showing us.
That's right, yes.
We also want to say hello, Jacob and Chloe. I know you weren't able to see us earlier on, but hopefully you'll be able to catch up.
Yeah. Okay, are we going to have
the
answer to our questions and see how many you got right? Okay.
Oh, yes, the answers.
Go on then.
Okay, first question. Colour of the helmet or headdress?
What, the storyteller of Potiphar? Potiphar, gold? Are we going gold, yellow?
Gold.
Yellow, yeah, okay, gold. Yeah.
And Dorothy's cardigan?
Blue.
Correct.
Blue.
Okay. Country that Joseph sold as a slave to?
Yeah, Egypt, yep.
And what was the name of the person who bought him?
Potiphar.
Potiphar had very few cares.
Don't do that too much, otherwise we'll be had up for copyright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what was his position in Pharaoh's court? Did you say that?
Yeah, I did say that, yeah. He was head of the King's Guard. Captain of the King's Guard. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, did say that.
Okay, and why did things start going well for him suddenly?
Because God was blessing Joseph. Even though he was a slave to Potiphar, things that Joseph did, God was blessing him. So Potiphar got blessed. His fields got blessed.
Joseph got promoted.
And, yeah, that's right, yeah.
What was Joseph in charge?
He was the head of Potiphar's household.
Oh, head of the household. That's a really important position.
And later Egypt. But anyway, we'll come to that.
Okay, and finally, who told the lie and made up that nasty story about Joseph?
It was the missus. It was Mrs. Potiphar. Ooh, telling porky pies. Naughty woman. Yes.
Oh, right. Well, I hope you did well in that.
Yep.
And you worked out who in your family won it, or whether you just feel good about getting all those questions right.
Yeah. Now, nobody's come in yet about where Dorothy might.
No, well, I think that's a
be.
difficult one. I think we might need a whole week to find out where Dorothy's gone.
Whole week. Okay. All right.
And that was before lockdown, where I could say that Dorothy was.
First one in, bar of chocolate. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay, and.
Oh my goodness! Look, they're all coming in now.
No,
they're not. They're not because 30 seconds hasn't gone by yet.
No, and I think I said hi to Axel.
You
Axel,
did.
you're going to listen to it later.
Yeah.
So we'll just let us know. Text us or email us.
You haven't seen.
Alistair, have you got my challenge, my land art challenge?
Oh dear, yes.
Can you just put a couple of...
I've got a burbly tummy today. Land art challenge.
Land art challenge. I went and did, look, another sheep.
Oh,
that was in Knoll
look
Park.
at that.
Today.
You did
when
that
I
today?
went for a little walk and did that.
You could animate that. That could walk out of there. That looks...
Yes,
yeah.
It was very eating something.
It was
then, because Joseph ended up in jail, I did a jail one. So again...
Oh, look at that.
If you want to have a go at doing some land art, take a photograph of it, WhatsApp it to us, and we can put that also on our website, or just send it to the email address.
God, there's so many things they can do, isn't there? So many things they can do.
Well, I love doing land art when I go out walking. But Egypt, we've been talking about Egypt. Can we do the camel song?
Oh, not the camel song. Have you got any actions to the camel song?
Well, I can do some actions, and what I want you to do, everybody, you'll all know this song. The chorus is a wimb away, a wimb away, a wimb away, a wimb away. Join in with that, and we'll try and do some funny actions as well.
Well, you're the one doing the funny actions.
Oh.
Okay, you won't be able to put those on because it doesn't stretch enough, but you'll just be able to hear it there. Okay.
What is all this noise? What is all this racket? I am trying to sleep here. Oh, I don't believe it. Please, can you turn it down? Turn it down, please. Yes, you. In the desert, the quiet desert, the camel sleeps tonight. Well, I'm trying to. In the desert, the quiet desert, the camel sleeps tonight. Where did all these people come from? This is supposed to be a jolly desert. Oh my goodness. Near the village, the peaceful village, the camel sleeps tonight. Peaceful, haha. Near the village, the peaceful village, the camel sleeps. How can I sleep? Oh no! Here they come again. Please will you shut up? Please do not attempt harmonies unless you are a professional singer. Well, I don't know how anybody can get any sleep with all this racket going off. Please can you be quiet? The camel is trying to sleep tonight. Are you not understanding this? Oh, goodness gracious me. Go on, spit somewhere else. Hush, my darling, be still, my darling. Oh, that is the better. Camel sleeps tonight. Hush, my darling, be still, my darling. Oh. The camel sleeps tonight. Oh, no. Come on, I'm trying to sleep here. Now listen, you are really getting on my house. Please, will you go and sing in somebody else's desert? This is terrible. But listen to this special effect. This is what they do on Pop Stars. Are you ready? I don't care what they do on Pop Stars. I'm trying to sleep. No, listen to this. Listen. So, what is so clever about that? It is what they do on Pop Idol. Pop Idol? Bone Idol? Come on, I've seen you on TV. Interference, now clear up. Well, you're going to ruin the whole CD now. Go on, clear up, go on. Well, I'm trying to sleep, me and my children. You don't have any children. Come on, clear up. You're a camel. Well, you're the straw that broke the spicy camel's back.
So that's it. We've come to the end of another
Toast in lockdown.
Toast in Lockdown, yeah.
Are we going to do it next week, Alistair?
Yes, let's do it again next week.
Yeah, so remember in your diary, so instead of fortnightly, weekly.
Yep, I'm getting slightly better at the technical side of this. Yep, and it's nice to chat to folk. Thank you for the people that made the effort of sending in a photograph. Well done. Do send in photographs of anything you make after this time together.
Any
That'd be
land
great.
art?
Any land art that you've done or anything really, just to encourage us so we keep going. Otherwise we'll get very, very sad and go, we're putting in all this time and effort.
We're enjoying ourselves.
But we're enjoying ourselves, of course.
Do you want to say a little prayer to end?
Yes, let's say a little
Oh,
prayer.
very short.
Yeah, okay. Lord, thank you for Toast Club this week. Please bless us as we hear the story of Joseph, as Potiphar was blessed by Joseph's presence. So bless us this week, we ask in your name. Amen.
Amen.
Right then, there we go. We have come to the end. It's good, wasn't it? I hope you all enjoyed it, guys. And it will be on the web, and I'll go over it and edit it and sort it. But YouTube will leave this up and running for the rest of the evening once it's processed it. Okay, so we'll see you again. Until then, have a good week and keep safe.